Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic Friday. With it being Friday once again, that means it's time for another weekly beauty chit chat. This is a long-running series here on my channel where I just gather all of the fun, frivolous, completely unnecessary beauty products that I was personally loving or obsessing about over the course of the past week. And I just kind of sit here and chit chat with you guys about these things because, I don't know, I have the day off from work, so why not? Yeah, so I have a fun little lineup from this past week here. And as always, I will list and link everything in the description box right below this video here. If you are interested in purchasing any of these items, if you want to read up other people's reviews, look at in-depth ingredient information, I try to make it easy for you guys to find any of these items by linking them all for you. So feel free to check that out if you are interested. I hope you all had a good week. This was a very kind of oddly hectic, crazy, honestly, last couple of weeks for me. I've been working quite a bit, which is obviously great, especially right now. But also I'm starting to get a little run down. So I'm gonna try really hard this weekend to do a little bit of self-care and just kind of get my head into a better frame of mind. I'm one of those people, when I get overwhelmed, my brain definitely immediately goes into this just like stage where like I feel kind of hopeless. I feel like I'm not doing anything right. I just tend to get really down on myself. And this is just something that has been an issue for me my entire life. But yeah, I do recognize that I'm kind of getting into a weird headspace right now, and I need to fix that situation. So this weekend is going to be a weekend of some self-care, hanging out with some dogs, and just generally relaxing. So hopefully you get to do the same yourself. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get into this week's. Let's start where we always start, which is with perfume. So I have 4 from this week, kind of a lot, but it really was one of those weeks where almost every single day I was grabbing something slightly different. So this is quite the range here, let me tell you. The first one I'm gonna start with is actually a favorite, I would say, for the last couple of weeks. I've been wearing this one quite frequently. This is Mancera Royal Vanilla. I have kind of a funny story about this one. So I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, I had to go to the flower market to pick up some vases for the wedding that we had last Saturday. And one of the guys that was helping me at the wholesale shop that I was in kept kind of smelling me, and it was kind of weird. Like, I have talked to this person multiple times. You know, I usually go there to get vases because they have the best selection. So, you know, I have a pretty good working relationship with this person, but like I could tell that he was like smelling me, and finally he goes, "I'm so sorry. You smell incredible today. What are you wearing? I want to get that for my wife. I love the way that smells." It was this. He was like, "Listen, I love a vanilla, but I find that a lot of vanillas that I get for my wife are way too sweet. This is the perfect level of sweetness, and it just smells so," he used the word sophisticated. And I was like, that's a great word to describe it. This is such a sophisticated vanilla, you guys. I absolutely adore this. It is a deeper, warmer, slightly more musky vanilla. Now, there is some sweetness to this. I don't want to imply that this is vanilla without any sweetness in it, but it is a little bit more subtle. I actually think this would be a great unisex type vanilla fragrance. I just adore this one. It's one of those where no matter what time of year. I find myself reaching for it periodically, although I do think this specific vanilla for me is probably a little bit more reached for during the fall and winter. It is deeper, it is a little bit richer, but man, is it good. And I sold the heck out of this just by wearing it to the flower market. So anyway, if you are looking to apparently get some compliments from the men's out there, that might be the way to go. All right, let's go with something that is completely different and what I'm wearing today. I guess I should turn it around. This was actually in my spring perfumes suggestion video. This is Pink Canyon from Skylar. This is a really beautiful, fresh, kind of bright floral. This is what I would consider just a happy fragrance, which is why I think it is so great for the spring. I don't ever really hear anyone mentioning this, but she's a stunner. And if you've never ever sought this one out, I'm pretty sure it's available at Sephora. If you happen to be at the mall this weekend, pop into your local Sephora, check out all of the Skylar fragrances. I think these guys make some great fragrances. They don't always have the best lasting power to them. I find them to be pretty fair, but they are a fragrance that I do tend to reapply a little bit more often than some of these other ones, but this one here it's totally worth it. This one just makes me happy. If you're looking for a happy springtime fragrance, I can't say enough good things about this one. By the way, with all of these, I'll have the notes going across the screen here. This, first of all, I really like pairing this Clementine Dream with the Mancera Royal Vanilla. If you want a really unique experience with citrus and vanilla, if you have both of these, pair them together. Hold on, let me turn off my dinger. There we go. By the way, I had to get a new phone. My iPhone 10 finally died. Man, I will say the camera on this is the 16 Pro Max. This camera is incredible. My boss was actually using my camera for all of the events for the last couple of weeks here since I got this because the pictures are so much better than her. I think she has an iPhone 14. So yeah, if you're in the market, this has been great. So it's so dirty. Sorry, this has been sitting out while I'm designing. It's a mess. It's fine. Also, these Mophie cases, these are my favorite thing in the world. These have the backup battery built in at the bottom here. The battery life on this is pretty amazing right now because it's still pretty new. But yeah, like I love having a backup battery. It's my favorite thing. Usually when I'm working pretty long day. Like we're talking like event days are usually like 13 hours. So I don't have time to like plug in my phone. So this is fantastic. It's so nice to just push that button on the back and then get almost a complete charge again. All right, back to Clementine Dream here. This is so fresh, so citrusy, so vibrant, so bright. When I have been in my like most meh type of mood for the last couple of weeks, honestly, this is what I've been reaching for. It just gives me this immediate boost of energy, and I think it's because of the citrus. I find citrus very invigorating personally, so this one is it's beautiful. I love all of the Seven Virtues fragrances. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. Obviously, Vanilla Woods is still my #1. But I think this Clementine Dream is kind of working its way up there very, very quickly in terms of favorites from this brand. That's fantastic. And then when I have wanted a warm, cozy moment, I've been reaching for this. This is the Commodity Milk. This is the Milk Expressive. Is that right? Yes. Expressive. This is warm, kind of a gooey, marshmallow, cozy type of scent. So good. Admittedly, this is another one that I think would be better probably for the fall and winter, but still, I mean, what? It's April. I'm still wearing this, like, especially on a cold, rainy day. This one just makes you feel like you are wrapping yourself in a beautiful, warm hug. You really do get those, like, toasted sweet marshmallow vibes in this one. There's also just a little bit of caramel, but it's not a super aggressive or overly sweet caramel. This is quite a sweet fragrance, but I don't find this one cloying. And it's another one that I always usually get a lot of compliments on when I'm wearing it. These two together, this is another combo that I have done. They're great. So good, love it. All right, where to next? Let's move into body care. I actually only have one item in terms of body care, and it is the Kopari Tahitian Vanilla Melt. This is a solid, it's, what am I trying to say? It's like coconut oil, you know, like how at room temperature it's solid. It really kind of has the same consistency, but I have been loving this particular body melt as of late because I feel like after shaving my legs, they have been a lot drier since going on HRT. You guys, I feel like HRT is drying my body out. I'm not entirely mad about it because it has obviously slowed my oil production significantly on my face, and that has been such a godsend for me after having super oily skin my entire life. But I also feel like my body is also getting a little bit drier, and so I am amping up my hydration game on my body as well. And this, after shaving my legs, leaves them so smooth, so hydrated. So typically when I shave my legs, I'll do it at night. I'll get out of the shower, and before even like drying my skin off, I will grab a scoop of this and start spreading it onto my legs. You will have that kind of greasy feel, which I know a lot of people don't love, but I do find that by the time that the morning rolls around, my legs no longer feel greasy. I just wear a pair of pajama bottoms to bed, and I love the way that my legs look and feel when I wake up the next morning. So smooth, so hydrated. This stuff is fantastic. Now, you could probably actually just use coconut oil and, you know, get the same results. But I do think that since I had this, I might as well use it. So they call this the mother of all multitaskers, an all over skin moisturizing, hair deep conditioning. I have not used it for my hair. Do you think I should try it? By the way, I did get a haircut. I'll address that here in a second. Belly balming, skin soothing, beauty in a bottle for your whole bod in a sweeter than ever pure Tahitian vanilla scent. I love it. This smells really good. It does. It smells like $1,000,000. Oh, it's perfectly sweet. Anyway, that's it for the body care. Let's go ahead and move on to hair. So last week on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I can't even remember, I went and got a haircut. I had not had my haircut since last fall, so my hair had grown quite a bit. I went ahead and had her take off 3 solid inches. My hair was, it was down to about here. So she really brought it up quite a bit. And when I first told her that I wanted a somewhat drastic change, she definitely was like, "Are you sure?" But also, I have always believed in just kind of living in reality when it comes to my hair, which is very fine, very thin. And once it reaches a certain length, it really looks, I don't know, to me, it looks kind of scraggly. It doesn't look full. It doesn't look lush. Not that this is overly full and lush looking here. Listen, I know what I'm working with. But yeah, it was really starting to thin out at the ends, and I feel like that particular length is kind of my terminal length. At that point, it really doesn't grow much beyond that, and I just find that my hair becomes a little bit more of a burden for me. And so I went ahead and said, you know what, take off 3 inches. I was gonna have her do 4, but I figured that was kind of a good stopping point there for now. If I wanted to have her take off more, I could come in for another haircut a couple months down the road. But I figured at least this way I wouldn't have any major regrets. And I really don't have any regrets. I think taking off that 3 inches was a good decision for me. And it feels so much healthier now. It feels honestly a lot lighter, which is kind of funny because it's not like there was a lot of weight at the bottom here necessarily, but it just feels easier to manage. So I am still on an every other wash day type situation. So what I would actually like to ask you guys is, what are some of your favorite dry shampoos, either high-end or drugstore? You know, I'm willing to try either. If I could find something super affordable, that would be fantastic, but I'm also willing to splurge a little bit. My hair is one of the things that I am really willing to put a little bit more money into because I love my gray hair. I know some people don't, and that's totally fine. But for me, I'm so proud of where my hair has gotten to, because I used to just dye the crap out of it to try to hide the gray. And now that I have been living with it for as long as I have, it's grown on me so much that I can't imagine not having it at this point. So I really like taking good care of it. And I do think that washing every other day has definitely been probably a good thing for my hair. So anyway, let me know your top suggestions for dry shampoos. I have still been using this, and I actually think this is a really great dry shampoo. It's the Pacifica Best Day Ever Dry Shampoo and Volumizer. This is meant to absorb oil. Obviously, it's what a dry shampoo does. It's gonna clean your hair just a little bit and then also boost the volume. But I like it because it has this little puffer situation. So you just kind of puff this, you know, around your hair, you separate the sections and stuff. It does a fabulous job of absorbing that excess oil. And then I just kind of brush through it, and it leaves my hair feeling really clean, and it gets rid of that second day hair smell. This is the part of washing my hair that I'm still not 100% used to, is that even though my scalp is no longer super oily, I still don't love the smell of second day hair. I'm so sensitive to smells, and I feel like sometimes it's just like, I know that I didn't freshly wash this today, and I don't know, I do miss that part. I will admit I miss that part, but this is obviously, I think, a little bit better for my hair. So anyway, this seems to get rid of that smell really nicely. So, and this doesn't have any fragrance to it. So I think it just maybe absorbs the smells, and then, you know, when I brush through, maybe they just, I don't know, disappear into the ether. I don't know. But I do really like this, and I would totally repurchase it, but I'm also willing to try something new. So let me know if you have some cruelty-free options that you think are really good when it comes to dry shampoo. Another thing that I have been doing in the evenings, so on my second day hair, because I know I'm gonna wash my hair the next day, I've been using this on my ends before going to bed to hydrate my hair. This is the Alterna Caviar Restructuring Bond Repair Leave-In Overnight Serum. This is, I've just been using a little bit of this and then like working it just through mostly the ends of my hair. And then I've been putting it up in a bun and sleeping in that. And then when I wake up the next morning, I take my shower, wash my hair. My hair has been so soft. Like, this just has done a fabulous job of providing some extra moisture for my hair. But also doesn't do it in a way where it feels gross and greasy while you have it in your hair. It seems to absorb into my hair pretty easily. I might actually consider using this. It does say that it has heat protection properties. So maybe I should try this also just as a leave-in before blow drying my hair. I don't know. I just now actually noticed that it says protects damaged hair up to 450 degrees. So that's kind of cool. I thought this was just an overnight situation. Nope, it's not. You can also use it as a heat protectant. That's great, multitasking. All right, next, let's move on to skincare. Okay, I only have a couple of skincare items. The first is the Skin 1004 Hylucica Water Fit Sun Serum SPF 50. I reviewed this, I think it was on Wednesday of this week. And you guys, I really love this SPF. In fact, when I shared my review of the Skin 1004 AirFit Sun Cream Light SPF 30, so many people in that video said, you gotta try this one. And I already had it because I ordered both of them from the Skin 1004 website. Actually, literally a week before they stopped shipping their SPFs to the US. Now, you can still get this from certain online retailers, so I'll have it linked down below where you can get it. But it's actually a crazy affordable SPF. I've seen this for as low as $9, and oh, it is fabulous. I feel like this hydrates my skin so beautifully, but it doesn't feel greasy or heavy on the skin. This has not clogged my pores. It feels just like I'm putting on a soothing moisturizer. It doesn't even have that like typical SPF fragrance to it. It just feels like a really elegant, beautiful moisturizer that glides onto the skin. It hydrates. It gives your skin a little bit of a glow. My makeup goes over top beautifully, and I can't get enough. As far as like a, you know, higher SPF that I would highly recommend checking out for the summer when you're actively outside, living your best outdoor summer life, you should check this out. This is something that I will be wearing to weddings this summer. It provides amazing protection and it just wears so well on my skin. I love this. If you've never tried it, listen, I'm not the only one that loves this. There's, like I said, so many people recommended that I try this one. You guys were right. I love your recommendations. Keep them coming. And then the second item I want to mention is actually a moisturizer that I started using again recently. This is from Spoiled Child. This is their, sorry, it's kind of hard to read through the slightly frosted bottle here. This is their L28 Anti-Aging Restoring Moisturizer. This has hyaluronic acid, aloe, squalane, and peptides in it. This is a great moisturizer. I've been using this every single night. I really, really like this one. Especially after I use my tretinoin. This just glides over top perfectly and gives me an extra surge of hydration. I love the squalane in this formulation. I love the aloe. It's a very soothing moisturizer, and the addition of the peptides is obviously chef's kiss. I love me some peptides. So if you're in the market for a new moisturizer, this one is a little bit more spendy, but if you're willing to splurge on one, this one has been fabulous. I do see myself repurchasing this in the future. One thing that I appreciate about Spoiled Child is, as you saw, we've got this little container here. So if you are going to reorder a product from them, you basically keep this, and then they send you, you know, this part here, and then you just screw everything on, put it in the bottle. It's far less waste, and yeah, I love that. I like that kind of stuff. So anyway, one more kind of random thing to mention in terms of skincare for the face specifically. I wanted to show you guys the razors that I recently purchased to shave my face. I get a lot of offers to be sent those dermaplaning devices that they have on the market. And I've always said no to them because honestly, I really like the close shave that I get from razors. Now, my hair growth has slowed down significantly since December in terms of regrowth of my peach fuzz. Again, I think that has to do with starting HRT. So I was shaving my face there for a while, every 2 weeks. Now I'm down to doing it once a month at most. I was using a lot of Craig's older razors Because, you know, he had them laying around and I was like, I might as well use these up. He has a beard now, so he doesn't really shave his face very often. But I ran out of those and I was like, I want to try something else. And these, I bought these at Costco. These are the Venus Sensitive Plus. So this has three blades. It gives me a really, really close shave. I actually just shaved my skin this morning and it just looks so smooth. It removes any, you know, excess skin cells maybe that are ready to go at this point. It just, and not to mention the peach fuzz, obviously that's the biggest thing. I was finding with my hormones being so wacky last year, like I never, probably before 2022, I never shaved my face. I know a lot of people were telling me that they were doing it and I was like, oh, I don't mind my peach fuzz. But then all of a sudden it started getting much more aggressive in terms of the peach fuzz growth. And again, I think that just had to do with my fluctuating hormones. It's fine, it's under control now. But yeah, it was one of those things where I was like, whoa, I guess I have to start doing this now. It's just a thing. Anyway, if you're in the market, I don't think that you have to buy, you know, those devices. I don't like those tinkle razors that a lot of people use. I would rather use something like this. I feel like I'm much less likely to cut myself with an actual razor thing or razor situation like this. So anyway, I really like this. Just glides across the skin. I think that the little aloe strip helps with that. So anyway, I shave my face. Things that I am doing now that I never thought I'd be doing back when I was in my 20s and 30s. Aging is a very humbling experience. It's good to experience because otherwise you'd be dead, right? But yeah, it's amazing the changes that your body can go through and how quickly those changes happen sometimes. If you haven't hit 40 yet, prepare yourself. It's all coming and it's all coming at you all at once. Lastly, let's discuss just a few makeup items here. The first is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So I actually purchased this probably two and a half years ago. I used about, I would say, a third of it. And then starting in January, I started using it a lot more frequently. I don't think that I've mentioned this at all in any of my weekly home fragrance roundups over the course of the last few months. But I have been using this product religiously, specifically on longer work days, especially on event days where I know that I am not going to have a single moment to be able to run to the bathroom to check my makeup and make sure that, you know, things didn't go horrifically wrong. I mean, I am running around a lot, you guys, and a lot of times I get pretty sweaty and I try to, as much as possible, look put together. And one of the ways that I have been able to keep everything in place from start to finish on one of those 10 or 13-hour days has been applying this after putting on my makeup. And it is literally good to go until I come home at 9, 10 o'clock at night. Things do not budge. Things do not crease. They just don't move. It just keeps everything in place. I had no idea how much I would grow to love this, but I have fallen in love with this setting spray. Now, I have a bottle of the Urban Decay All Nighter that I'm gonna bust out after this. Hopefully the Urban Decay All Nighter works just as well as this Charlotte Tilbury, but all that being said, I foresee myself repurchasing this in the future here because, man, it is so good. If you've never tried this, if you are someone who works very long hours and you do not want to have to like fix your makeup at all throughout the day, this is what you need. It will keep it in place all day long. And I mean, I have maybe like 1 or 2 sprays left in here, but man, this is good stuff. I love that. I'm so in love with it. Okay, in terms of eyeshadow, this is what I've been wearing, the Tarte Tartelette Palette. I don't remember when I bought this. It was a while ago. This is old. I've had my collection for a very long time. But in terms of Tarte palettes, I think this is still one of their best quality palettes. Everything in here is matte. So you've got a warm, kind of neutral, cool, there's a lot going on in here. I think there's a good amount of variety. And I actually like going between the warm, neutral, and cool shades, kind of blending them all together. I've been wearing the heck out of this palette actually for the last couple of weeks. It's just one of those really easy ones where when I don't want to have to think about, you know, an easy polished eye look, like this is one of the palettes that I reach for because it's just so easy to put something together that looks polished and pretty. And it doesn't take a lot of effort. These are pigmented, but they're not overly pigmented to where you have to be too careful with them. They stay put all day. The vibrancy remains, and I feel like for a matte formulation, they apply pretty smoothly. So anyway, I'm not saying run out and buy this now, but if you still have this in your collection, you should bust it out. This is a great eyeshadow palette. I've been enjoying it. So, and lastly, the blushes that I've been reaching for have been the Hourglass ambient lighting blushes. I've got a couple singles here. I've got this holiday collection that I bought. How old is this now? Do you guys remember when this came out? Was it like 2016, 2017? Yeah, I'm still using it. I am. I love it. I have not hit pan on a single one of these, and I have been using this often, like so often. And this is how long these blushes last. Like you don't need a lot, and they give you the most gorgeous lit from within glow. They're just perfect. I adore every single one of these. This is also one of my favorites here. This one I really love for the summer. This is Dim Infusion. Love that. Diffused Heat is gorgeous, but Sublime Flush, man, if I am looking for a bright, vibrant pop of pink on my cheeks with a little more of a glow even, I go for Sublime Flush. This is heavenly. Today I'm wearing a combo of Luminous Flush and Incandescent Electra, so I dipped into these two shades here, and that is the blush that I have. But do you see that little, like just that glow? It's not greasy, it's not oily, it's just a lit from within glow, and I love it. These are fabulous. They're fantastic. They do have minis. Get a mini, like that'll last you forever. Like I'm telling you, these, it's gonna take you a long time to get through any of these blushes. They're absolutely fantastic. And that is everything that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to let me know your dry shampoo recommendations, and let me know what you were loving this past week. Subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.